It's your girl Carladylisa here with Achilles Mazda. Today I'm sitting in a 2015 Mazda 3 Sport. Why? I don't know. I just feel at home behind the wheel, I guess. But I don't want to talk to you about this car. I want to talk to you about the 2016 Mazda CX-3 that's coming. I'm really hyped for this car. It was so beautiful at the auto show. I can't wait to get in it and really check it out and all the features. So I have gotten the fancy pretty brochures in. We got those in. And I also have the official spec guide. So I've been kind of going through it and doing some comparisons to judge what this car will be like on the inside and kind of what it'll offer you when it comes out and what to expect. Here in Canada, in Ontario, we have our specs that might differ from where you are, because I got a lot of people from all over the globe that have been contacting me, which is awesome. So just keep that in mind, that it, in your market might be a little different in terms of what they offer. But I'm gonna break it down a little for you. The CX-3 is much easier actually than the Mazda 3s because we don't have two body styles. We don't have a manual or an automatic to deal with. It's just basically you have your base trim, your mid trim, and your top trim. So a GX, a GS, and a GT. And you can either get it in front wheel drive or all wheel drive. So it's actually very simple. Like, what kind of equipment? Do you want all wheel drive? Yes or no? And boom, you're done. That's really it. Color choices will differ from vehicle to vehicles. For example, in the base models, we can only get Arctic White, the new dynamic blue mica, jet black mica, and Meteor Gray. And the Arctic White and Meteor Gray are only available in the GX model, which is fine. Like, they're great colors and really a lot of them look fantastic. And then in the GS and GT trims, you get a few more choices. We have ceramic metallic, which is new. I'm not really sure what it looks like, or if it was the one at the auto show. That might be it. Crystal white pearl, which you've seen on many of our vehicles. It's been a very popular color for us. We have crystal white pearl on almost every car. The Mazda 3, though, is snowflake white pearl. And then we have the dynamic blue and black, and then red. The soul red mica is also available on GS and GT trims. So you have a few options there. And also, if you're seeing this pure white interior, it's actually what's in here. Where is it? Right there. So see that pure white interior? Fabulous interior comes in red, black, or the ceramic metallic, and only in GT models. So you have to go to the top trims to get that. And please note, special order, so be patient. If you really want that color, do it, but just give it some time because it's going to be quite a few weeks to receive that car, okay? Just bear that in mind. Unless it's in stock, which is very rare. So on color choices, check. What do I want to get to next? What I noticed and I thought was very neat, unusual, is the engine is a 2-liter Skyactiv, which is fantastic. It doesn't have quite as much horsepower as the Mazda 3. It has 146 instead of 155, but the torque comes in at a very low RPM, 2800 RPM, which is much lower than the Mazda 3. The Mazda 3's torque comes in at 4,000 RPM. So I'm very interested to see how this car is going to drive, because that's a lot of giddy up and go at a very early RPM. So driving it will definitely determine how, I guess, responsive that's going to be with that torque at a very low RPM. I'd say it's a good thing. Good thing. And our all-wheel drive that's available in this car is same as our CX-9s and CX-5s. It's an active torque split, which means it basically does all the thinking for you. So if one of your tires is slipping and doesn't have traction, it has the ability to convert your power from either side to side or front to back. So the computer does all the thinking for you and transfers that torque to the tires that need it, so that you can have grip and stuff. And it just helps you kind of concentrate on driving for optimal performance. And if you're just cruising along, it's just in front wheel drive, so it's not wasting fuel on you. So very, very good system. What else do we have here? It's gonna have, the suspension is gonna be a torsion beam in the CX-3, and it's not uncommon for smaller cars because a torsion beam doesn't use as much space. It's kind of like a simpler system, so you get more space in the trunk still. Multi-link suspensions, which is what's used on the majority of our cars, means that they kind of have their own thing going on, but the torsion beam is kind of all connected. And I would definitely say Google it, because I'm not like the terminology and stuff like that. I know torsion beam isn't so bad. The ride might be a little rougher, but Mazda's very good at engineering their cars, so the drive will tell for sure. Sizes, cabin space. So here, you know, the Mazda 3, they've done a great job to make it feel like wider. The front seat's more adjustable, so you get more leg room in the back. And being a driver of a 2012 Mazda 3 Sport, I see the difference when I have like my giant sister. She's like almost 6 foot tall, 5'11", and her boyfriend's even taller. They were crammed in my 2012 Mazda 3 one day. And yeah, it was tight. So the new one definitely have improved on the design elements of the new Mazda 3. So the CX-3 is very marginal in different sizes. It's got a little bit of a shorter wheelbase, a 5-inch difference there. The overall length is about 7 inches. So it's actually going to be a little shorter than the car we're sitting in now. But you're going to see it be a little taller. So we're going to be 3.5 inches taller here. So roofline will be a little taller. So a little taller like that. But the internal space is relatively the same. I've looked at these like 100 times, and we're talking a few millimeters here and there. It's really the same. Shoulder room in the front is about 3 inches. So you might be like a little over like that. A little bit. That's like 3 inches. So very marginal differences here. I don't really think it's much to get too excited about. I do think you'll sit up higher in the seat. That's what I'm thinking. So when the car gets here and I can get in it, that's the first thing I'm going to check out, is how easy it is to get in and out of. And surprisingly enough, the CX-3 will have more cargo volume. So I guess the trunks, how they achieve that, I guess the CX-3 will have more capacity back there, which will be great if you use your trunk often to do activities, camping, sports, I don't know, just groceries. So when we get here, I'm going to put one right beside a Mazda 3 Sport and the CX-3, and then maybe a CX-5 on the other side, you know, boom, boom, boom. And then we can see how it all meshes and blends together. I think that would be awesome. Fuel economy wise, we're looking at fuel economy for the CX-3. We're looking at 8.2 in the city and 6.7 on the highway. On the highway. So city driving, you're almost on par with a 2-liter Mazda 3. The 2-liter Mazda 3 is at 8. And highway is a little more off, 5.9 in the Mazda 3. I'm guessing it has something to do with aerodynamics and engine size and, I don't know, the horsepower maybe. Will you feel it? I don't know. If you do a lot of highway driving to like Montreal often, maybe, but I don't think so. And the last thing is the specs. So I did a lot of like highlighting because I'm very excited about the specs on the CX-3. From the base model, it's very, very well equipped. We even have a tire pressure monitoring system. And if you know Mazdas and their tire pressure monitoring systems on the Mazda 6 and CX-5, they're actually based on tire rotation. So if one of the tires is kind of feeling off, then it throws the light. a signal light. But the benefit to that system is if you put winter tires on there, you don't need valve stem sensors, and it's just a really smart way to do it so that it doesn't cost the owner any more money in the long run, and then you don't have problems with damaged sensors or them not working right, etc., etc. So awesome on that. And then we also have the Mazda Connect system is going to be standard on the CX-3. Fantastic stuff, because you can upgrade to nav with anything with the Mazda Connect system. It's $425 here for that nav card, and you can get navigation. It's actually done through Here Maps, and that seems to be a pretty popular company, and they do a good job. What else do we have? Backup camera, standard, awesome. And then also all-wheel drive, you have the option to get that on the base model, which is fantastic. We also have, when we go up a trim, so the mid trims, GS model, luxury package. That's basically, it's a GS luxury package, that's your only option. So you get the alloy wheels, the 16-inch alloy wheels, you get a sunroof, leatherette, trimmed upholstery, which I'm very interested to see because Mazda has not done a leatherette setup before. So if it's anything like the Mazda 2 at the auto show, I'd say it's going to be a pretty nice combination. We also get with that heated seats, heated mirrors with the turn signals on them, auto headlights, rain sensing wipers, so a lot of excellent equipment. Sorry, I'm just being called. I have a call. A lot of excellent equipment on this car, leather wrapped steering wheel, things like that. And we're also going to see the dark red accents that you see on the armrests in this mid trim. That's what it's showing here. So nice. GT models, as always, get like the larger wheels, upgraded stereo. We're also going to have the LED stuff, front, rear taillights with signature lighting, and nav standard adaptive front lighting system, the active driving display, paddle shifters, auto climate control, and then the tech package would be some of Mazda's iActive Sense technologies, blind spot monitoring, forward obstruction warning. No, not that one, I just lied. Blind spot monitoring, sorry. Rear cross traffic alert, lane departure warning, high beam control, which dims your lights, your high beams to oncoming traffic, and smart brake support, and then the Sirius XM comes on the top trim. So that is your gist of overview of that. Let me add some images to this right about now because I gotta run, but I hope you enjoyed. We're getting this car on, it's supposed to be coming May 22nd, so keep an eye out for that. I'm really, really looking forward to showing you the new 2016 CX-3 and all that it offers. I think it's going to be a great car, and I'm very excited. So I will see you on May 22nd with a live look, not live, but like, you know, a fresh look, first look at this car and how awesome it is. So thank you for watching. If you have any questions, just comment below, and I'm Carladylisa.